Hello and welcome to the Quibber channel. I am Jason, your host. Um, okay, so I just started the upload for the vlog I just did, and I want to talk about how this kind of weather, the summer, affects my coping strategy. It didn't used to. It didn't used to. It used to have enough money, and the electricity was cheap enough. Um, in the 2019, 2020, 2021-ish, before cost of living started really hitting and the prices went up and everything there, I could afford to have my air conditioning running in my bedroom. I never wasted electricity. I just, when it got up to about 25, 26, 27, I started turning on to keep the room livable. And I could use all my old tech, all my big computers and that. Things have changed a lot. They really have. I've had to completely reevaluate all of my coping strategies and create a new type of, how can I put it, survival based coping strategy where the computers I use are less powerful but still do the job, producing less heat, and it's working out okay. Um, it's been very hard to do, especially the move over to Linux as well at the same time. But for quite a while, Windows was becoming a negative. What do I mean by that? Well, every part of my technology ecosystem is a benefit to my coping strategies. Allows me to get through the day, allows me to focus, allows me to deal with when I've got a bad thing happening, when my brain's going in a bad direction. It allows me to function. Anything that's a negative doesn't help. This is why I still use the index and don't use the Pimax. I sold my Pimax to my friend and the other one I had a refund because I couldn't guarantee that every time I turned it on, it would work. And that was the simple baseline, that turning it on and it working straight away if I needed it had to happen. And that's the same with every piece of computer tech in my house. And since Windows 10, I've been seeing that I felt like someone else was in control of my computer. That was a bad thing for me. And I felt like Windows was becoming a service. And they were trying to connect to your hardware in a way that meant that your hardware got bound to them and all this kind of thing. And it bothered me, to put it lightly. So I was put in a situation where I had to fight back. And the only option really was, because you couldn't go to Apple because Apple is just the same. But I didn't want to lose all my games and everything. I didn't want to lose all my connection. So thankfully the Steam Deck and Bazite as an operating system, it's challenging, but the challenges that it's brought are actually positive ones. You see, giving me a project to do, giving me something to figure out, a puzzle to solve, is a good thing. And so that's why I like the move. But it comes with, if I've got a piece of tech, like for example, I had a beautiful tablet once early last year, right at the start, an acronym Flow 13, gorgeous thing with a 4070 and everything in there, by Azeal. But right from day one there was issues with it, and the biggest issue was it only had two peripheral connectors, and one of them was this weird connector that they wanted you to use. So just made me feel I had to get rid of it. And this has been the same with nearly every piece of tech I've got. If it doesn't fit with my brain, no matter how good it is, the ROGRI I don't trust as us. So even though it was okay, had issues with the micro SD card, thought fuck it, get rid of it. And this is why I've ended up with the Steam Deck again, because I trust the Steam Deck. That's why my brain gets getting very distracted by certain things. Being in the backyard can be a bad thing, because I know it's going to sound silly, but there's bricks in front of me. I'm up against a wall, and my brain wants to count the bricks. I want to see how many bricks there are across the entire range of my wall, back wall. Why my brain has gone in that direction, I don't fucking know, but it has. And so I'm trying to distract myself by talking about other stuff. But yeah, I've had to try and counter the heat, the cost of electricity, everything. I've had to recreate new ways to deal with it all. Yeah, doggy's really enjoying that chewy. And yeah, I was going to talk about more, but my brain is still focused on how many bricks there are in the wall, and I'm going to have to fucking count them. Don't want to count them, but my brain wants to know. So I will say bye-bye for this. Bye-bye.